February 19th, 2024, 5:02 p.m. All right, this is an idea I had. I have ideas too. I have an idea every day. Every day is an idea. This jackass, Marcel Duchamp, anybody ever heard of him? Says, he has ideas. His art is ideas. To put a urinal here and drop hair on a canvas and dress up as a woman and call himself Rose Celavie. Those aren't ideas. That's just bullshit. If you're an artist, the idea has to translate into a drawing. So this was the idea. It's that anybody, I don't know if anybody knows this person. This is Laurie Anderson, and I'm drawing alternative Laurie Anderson. So it's an alternative portrait. And it's you saw the beginning. It's I did a pencil drawing of Laurie Anderson, like accurate, like the real. You got to be a realist to be a real artist. You got to draw people as they really are. No, you don't. That's not being an artist. What I'm doing here is being an artist. It's like you draw things out of your own imagination. You have to be able to draw from your own imagination. Copying things is not, believe it or not. I mean, copying things, anybody can do that. It's called paint by numbers. Bob Ross is about at that level. Or Leroy Neiman, the abstract expressionist realist who painted for Playboy magazine. Back, he's one of my alumni. I'm from the Art Institute of Chicago, like Leroy Neiman, and that's how we go so far. That's how we roll. We just talk. We just have all these ideas. The guy has one idea, and it's a lame one, and he just hammers away, just like George O'Keeffe. One idea, her vagina paintings. Oh, they weren't really vaginas. No, the big flowers, and she's getting her vagina photographed by her old lover boy, who's got his young little thing. He guess what? He owns the top modernist gallery, so he farms her stuff. If you're going to buy a John Marin or you're going to buy a Mars and Hartley, you got to buy a George O'Keeffe. What I got to buy this crap, to get a John Marin? Yeah, you do because she's my hot little thing in New Mexico. And I just love her. I've got pictures of her breasts and her booty and everything, and that's art. Oh, that's art, baby. No, it's not art. Art is being able to draw. It's always has been. I mean, the history. When you go back and to look at art history work, see how many photographs you see. See how many realist paintings you see, for that matter. Look at the Renaissance. There's nothing real about those portraits. Look at Michelangelo. That's idealized. There's Greco-Roman. They're idealized and they're very distorted. The bodies are. Look at the Last Judgment. One of these days I'll do a Michelangelo Last Judgment. Show just how surreal the Michelangelo's figures are. Or you can look at it yourself and see what I'm saying. Nobody looks at anything as the problem. They just hear Michelangelo's a genius. And Michelangelo had Aspergers Syndrome, like me, and like Van Gogh, and like James Joyce. And I'm a lot like James Joyce, actually, because he's Irish and Jesuit and Catholic, so I have all the same crazy hang-ups about God and Jesus and all the rest of it. That's why I don't talk about my belief in God and belief in Jesus, because it's not like it's not like anybody else's, because most people are not that literate. They just read Barnes and Noble books on Christianity by the pop Christians of the day, and it's all business Christianity. It's Donald Trump Christianity. It's political Christianity. And that's a different thing from Jesus Christ. It just, that's where everything comes from. This is prayer. For me, drawing is prayer. It's prayer. It's conversing with God. That's what it is with everybody who's really doing art. It could be pagan God, or it could be, Aztec gods, or whatever. But if you're doing Egyptian gods, whatever, if you're doing art and you're really doing what art is, you're in communication with the spirit, with your spirit man. Or spirit, I guess women need to have spirit women, so they've got spirit. But it's a spirit man because God is male. I mean, that's how Michelangelo drew him, because he knew him. Michelangelo didn't know God, or he wouldn't have been able to make the Renaissance. They wouldn't have been able to make the Renaissance. Who else is making anything remotely Bruegel or Bosch, and I've been told you're not allowed to do it. Nobody can do it. I insist on doing. I think my work's just as no different than Bosch or Bruegel or Richard Dad or Adolf Wolfley or whoever you name it. It's an imaginary real world.